What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to give you a mini tour of our new patio, our Paver Patio. We're really excited about it, and it's also going to be a mini tour of our palm trees and our banana trees, some of our hardy tropicals that we have. So in the description below, I'm going to link my I think it was a winter update on the palm trees, and it kind of shows what this space looked like in the wintertime. So we had this done in September now. So we had it done in August, late August of this year, 2020. So without further ado, let's do it. All right, so here we have our steps here. So we have EP Henry block on the pavers and the steps here. And it's the Pewter Blend, which is like a light and a dark gray mix. You can kind of see the different variations there, the different color patterns. We chose to do the random size pattern. You can have all the, pavers the same size, but we like the look of, some of the 20-inch pieces versus the other smaller, maybe like some of them look like they're 10-inch pieces. So I like that pattern, but, everything's up to the homeowner what they want. So here we had these old, and you'll see in the video that I'm going to link for our winter palm tree updates, we had these old crusty pressure treated steps that were just falling apart, splinters, gross. And then over on the left hand side we had this really ugly railing. So it was just, and my kids fell down the steps multiple times. It was really an awful situation. So what we liked with the new space here is we made the steps really wide, and this way we can, because of the width now, we can avoid having a railing, and you're less likely to fall down here. So okay, so let me just go real slow pan so I don't make anyone dizzy. You can see the block here, and then these are the same pavers that are on the patio, and you can see that mark. That's where I have to plug that. I still have to do that. That's where the railing was, so you can see how much extra space we had. And creating more work for myself. We had some old crappy lattice there too, so I'm gonna get the white vinyl lattice, probably paint this white, this post here, and that's another project for myself. And here we have the grill. Every patio's got to have a grill, right? So we have some extra pavers here to make sure it's nice and level. And another thing that I like about this is, let me just take another step back. This was kind of like a dead space. It's kind of from the steps to the end of the patio. There's not a whole lot I could do there. Like sticking a table there would be kind of dangerous with the steps. So I thought this was a great location for the grill, and might even do like a prep table here or something like that. So more to come on that. I'll take any suggestions you guys have in the comments below. I'd really appreciate your thoughts on that, what I could do there, maybe a prep station. So another thing I would suggest doing, so when we initially made the plans for this patio, it was going to be 12 foot wide by 40 foot long. And after the contractors dug it up, we stuck all our patio furniture, and it was kind of too skinny. So we decided to extend it another 2 foot. And the good thing is, because we caught that early, it only cost us the extra material. Didn't cost us an extra day of labor. So we did it like right away. So I highly suggest, if you're going to do something like that, measure everything out. A lot of folks like to use spray paint. You can actually visibly see, what's going on. What do you have? And obviously, if you do have existing outdoor furniture, put that down and see if you feel comfortable. So that's what we did, and I'm glad we caught it early. So, all right. And another thing I liked here is the outline, the pavers, that kind of like that dark gray. It's like a dark gray or dark blue, and it really sets it off. I really like that. And you can see here we have the rocks. These rocks were already here. As you can see, this is the business end. This is about as, we couldn't take the pavers up to the house because this is our business end. We have both units here, the ductless unit over here, and this is the unit for the house. So as you can see, that's about as far as we could go. So I was like, you know what, why don't we put some decorative rock down, some river rock, and put my tropicals in here. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that's what we're all about, pushing the zone limits and getting these tropicals in here. So here, one of my babies. So I've had both of my trachees, the Windmill Palms, they've been in the ground for about 10 years, 9 to 10 years. So this one's, I actually bought this at Home Depot. Shockingly, I knew right away what it was. And anyone knows when you go shopping for plants, you might have, or food or anything for that matter, you go shopping for one thing and you leave with something else. That's exactly what happened here. I saw this Windmill Palm. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get it. Because, you know, this is not something you're gonna find at your typical nursery or Home Depot or Lowe's. So this one's 5 foot and it's doing well. Have some liriope down there at the base. And these things are tough, man. I have moved 3 times in the past, I don't know, 6 years maybe, 6+ years. And, oh, I'm sorry, it's the past 10 years, let's say. And both of these windmills have come with me. So they've been in the ground for that long, and I've literally dug them up and taken them with me. So I think they should be a little taller, but they're still healthy. And that just shows you how tough they are. They've been through some very harsh winters. Literally dug them up multiple times, and this is their final place. So this is where they're going to live forever. We're not moving. I'm not moving again. Anyone that has moved knows how much of a pain that is. So this one's a little bigger. This is a 7 foot, and I love it. Same thing, some more liriope on the bottom, little pieces of liriope. Here we have a yucca, and that was in ground before the patio was put in. So you see that's a little too close. And I will put what kind of yucca that is. The exact name escapes me. I know it's hardy to zone 7, which is about the limits here in PA, just outside of South Philly. So I'm probably going to move that because I don't want this poking anybody. And then here we have another winter plant. Again, the name escapes me, but how insane is that? So we're in the middle of September, and that's when this plant wants to grow. It's like goes against everything that you know about plants. You know, this is something that you would see in the spring, not the fall. So, or the end of the summer, early fall. So I'll put a description of what kind of plant that is, and I'll actually later on when this thing comes in full bloom, I'll do another video. But how insane is that? A winter plant, crazy, you crazy plant. And here we have the the silver saw palmetto. So that survived outside last year. We did have a mild winter, but I mean it still does get cold even with mild winters. So that's doing well. You can see, you start to see some of the silver aspects of it coming out. And then next to it, and they're probably too close together, so eventually I have to move these. So this is a Sabal minor. I picked that up when I was fishing in Jupiter, Florida, next to like a pond or something like that. So I actually brought that home with me. So this is a wild grown palm tree, and happy to have it here. So it's the first year in the ground. I did keep it outside last winter in a pot, but it wasn't buried. So the fact that it lived above ground in a pot is pretty outstanding. So it just shows you how tough a lot of these hardy palm tree species are. So pretty incredible. And then here, let me take a step back, is my baby. This is a 2-year-old Musa Basjoo banana tree. And I want to show you something that's pretty incredible. So this is kind of typical. This is the biggest one. I have 4 of them. So this one has the most sunlight, and it's already, I mean, it's probably 8 foot, probably 8 to 9 foot. And the leaves are already humongous, still growing. But then if you look over here, right next to it is another one that's the same age. Now it's from a different parent plant, but look how much smaller this thing is. How crazy is this? So they have about the same amount of sunlight. I feed them the same, but look how much smaller that is. That's why I encourage people, if you're gonna try like a new plant, get a couple of them. You might get a dud. You know, one might randomly die, maybe bugs get in it, or whatever the case is. It's always a good idea to just try, when you're experimenting, try more than one of the same plant, because you know you're gonna get 2 different results. And if you look over here, This one's also a lot bigger than that little guy. So it's just weird how that works. So yeah, just do that. Get multiple plants and you're good to go. So we have our manicured part of the patio, and then it overlooks the woods and the creek over here. We have a creek to the side. So you can't get mad out here. You can't be in a bad mood sitting out here in nature. All right, so I hope you like the tour, everybody. And another thing is for all the outdoor furniture enthusiasts, I would really appreciate your comments. Because here's a problem. When you get something new, then you have to replace everything else. So we have this old, now we have our old outdated outdoor furniture. And I'd really like to upgrade it. So if anyone has any suggestions by looking at this, 40 by 14 foot paver patio, I love your suggestions on what kind of outdoor furniture I can put out here. And not a fire pit though. I'm a fan of the propane fire pits, but we already have a real fire pit in the woods, so I don't really want a fire pit out here. But anything else, I am open to your suggestions. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to your comments. Bye-bye.